Our Nationwide Spotlight Live Chat brought to you by Nationwide Insurance. Now today, our guest, as the tour gets ready to head off to Bristol for this weekend's race, is going to be Justin Allgaier. And Justin, I guess you're joining us online already. We got you there?
Yep, we're loud and clear.
Hey, I see the big news is you were struggling a little last night to get some sleep, huh? How tough was it?
Yeah, Bristol coming up. There's been a lot going on and just thinking about a lot of things. And so unfortunately at 3-something this morning, I finally decided that it was time to go to sleep and had to get back up at 6:30 to go work out. So it's been a little bit of a rough morning this morning, but not too bad.
Well, speaking of workouts, I know this new Nationwide car takes a little bit of extra strength out of you. Have you changed your workout routine to get yourself physically prepared for this car at a place like Bristol?
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest thing for me that I've worked on is just endurance. Trying to make sure that if it comes down to the end of the race and we've got a 75 lap run where it goes green, or a 50 lap run, or where you're really going to push yourself for a decent amount of time. It's definitely important to make sure that that's a big part of it, because these new cars, you physically just drive them so much harder than you did the old cars. I really don't know why. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're a lot heavier. But, we drive into the corner a lot harder. You're back on the gas earlier. And just seems like you really, you're pushing your limits of your body a lot more. So, yeah, definitely am doing more. For me, I didn't work out a whole lot before. And this new car has kind of forced me to really push my training program to another level and really push myself to be better.
Well, the fans, Justin, have some questions for you, and we'll kick things off with Jason, who chimes in from Birmingham, and he'd like to know, how many cup races are you scheduled to run this year, if any?
Well, unfortunately, Jason, I'm not scheduled to run any yet. We're really working hard on that, and that's something that for me, is obviously a goal of mine. Making it to the cup level is something that obviously I won't feel like I've completed my goals unless I can at least give it a shot sometime. So we're pushing hard to try to do that. But as of this moment, it's just going to be the Nationwide stuff for now.
Well, Maureen Kay out of Santa Fe would like to know, how do you like the new car? Are you a fan of it?
Yeah, the new car has been great. The 4 races that we ran last year really were a good precursor to what we found this year. Obviously for me, I've switched teams, I've switched manufacturers. The new Impala is actually really, really strong. That's one of the things that I was a bit unsure of, because with this new car, they kind of all have their own identity. They all look totally different, which is one of the things that I love. But getting behind the wheel of it, I really feel like we've here at Turner Motorsports, they've made huge gains in the progress of the car over the winter. They're fun to drive. Like I said, you do drive them harder, but I think that gives it its own little bit of extra. You're able to really put yourself in play and push yourself to be faster. And as far as safety, obviously that's why they went to the new car, because it's a lot safer. In Daytona, we got into the wall. Not very bad, but honestly, had I not known that I hit the wall, I wouldn't have felt it. It was just these new cars are way safer and a lot more comfortable to maneuver around in and drive. So, yeah, I absolutely love the new car. I'm sure that there's going to be a couple of racetracks this year that I'm not going to like it all that much. But so far it's been really, really good, and we've had a great race car for the first 3.
Well, it sure was good at the last round of Las Vegas. You and your Turner Motorsports teammate Mark Martin going 1-2. Yeah,
that was really cool for us. First win for Turner Motorsports. Great to see Mark and the Dollar General guys get into victory lane. And, for us, it was the first time we got that Brandt Chevy up there where we felt like we were competitive and we could go for a win. One of the things that we made a great pit call. Jimmy Ellis, the crew chief, made a great pit strategy call. And we came in and took fuel only there towards the end of the race. And, proved to be very important because a lot of the leaders had to pit for fuel. So that was really, really cool for us to be able to do that. But, it's going to take some work. We're still not exactly where we want to be at. We kind of got a little lucky in that sense that we probably wouldn't have won the race had it been straight up. But at the same time, I feel like we've come a long way in the first 3 races. And anytime you start with a new team and a new crew chief and new people all around you, it's definitely, there's a learning curve, and I feel like our learning curve has been, straight up, and we're gaining the right pieces of the puzzle that we need every week, and we're definitely going in a good direction.
Justin, who was your biggest influence growing up?
Well, I'm very fortunate in the fact that, my dad sold racing tires for many, many years, and one of the series that he covered was the ARCA series. And if you're familiar with the ARCA series, you know that a lot of the Cup guys of today and even guys that have already retired have either raced in the ARCA series or been a part of it or owned a team or frequently come back and visit. One of the guys that really sticks out in my mind that has helped me out a bunch in my career is Ken Schrader. And he's been just a great person. Somebody, if I have a question or if I need something to figure out how to do it, he's definitely a guy that I feel like I can get a hold of and ask. But furthermore than that, I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of great race car drivers over the last 10, 15 years, and really trying to, when you meet somebody great, it's always good to try to learn what makes them so good and what can make you better. And so I feel like for me, I've taken a lot of small pieces from a lot of different people and tried to melt them all into one person. And hopefully there's things that I'm doing right. Obviously, you can always do things better, but there's been a lot of people that have been very influential to me.
Didn't Schrader give you your first ARCA start?
He did. Actually, we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do next. We were racing dirt late models at the time, and my dad and Kenny were kind of talking back and forth. And Kenny said, he said, I've got this old car sitting here, and he said, it's not very pretty. He said, but I think it'd be really good to go run the 2 dirt races with. And he said, it's just going to sit here and collect dust. He said, so if y'all want to go use it, he said, why don't you take it and go run the 2 dirt races and just see how he does and see if he enjoys it. And that probably got something started that my dad probably regrets to this day, because it probably cost him a lot more money than what he was hoping. But we went to the 2 dirt races and ran really, really well, and then went to Salem that same year and had a decent finish. So that was something that to me I'll never forget. Kenny's been so great to me and my family, and for so many years, and just to be able to have him give me that car was really special.
Hey, Rubbins Racing would like to know, what Cup guys have helped you out as a driver? We've talked about Kenny Schrader. Anybody else? Yeah,
I think one of the really cool things is that the last couple of years I've had great teammates at Penske Racing, and Kurt and Sam and Brad definitely stepped up and tried helping me. This year we've had Ryan Newman and Mark Martin in the car, and they've both been really great to work with. Casey Kane being in the car, he's been great to work with. I can't say that there's one guy that's necessarily helped me more than any others. But one of the cool things is that, walking up and down through the garage area, when they come over to our side or going over there, it's been really cool to see how open a lot of these guys are and how much they've been willing to help. This year it's probably been Jeff Gordon the most that's helped me. He's been somebody that if I have something that I need to figure out or work on, he's been a big help. And same goes for his crew chief, Alan Gustafson. They've both been really, really cool to me this year and have helped me in quite a few different ways.
All right, Justin, thanks a lot for stopping by and joining us here today on our NASCAR Nationwide Series Spotlight. Best of luck to you this weekend with your Turner Motorsports crew at Bristol. And if you want to come to another Supercross, just let me know, and make sure you let me know as well about those lines up there at the go-kart track. Sounds like you got it all figured out. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks so much, and I'll definitely hit you up for the Supercross deal. And when you decide you want to come race some go-karts, you you get a hold of me, and we'll go up there and we'll speed you up a little bit.
All right. Thanks. You got it, pal. Thanks, folks, for tuning in to NASCAR Nationwide Series Spotlight here on NASCARNationwideSeries.com. And we'll see you next week, next Tuesday, right here, okay? Take care, everybody.